And with the 20th pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Mr. Lemon Pepper Stepper himself, Makai Lemon.
Kick up my lemon pepper steppers.
That's right. We got a new wide receiver, y'all, thanks to Howie Roseman. I have been on Howie's ass, and I will continue to be. But he's doing what he does best, and he's doing what he has been put on this earth to do, and that is make the Philadelphia Eagles great. All right? So shout out to Howie Roseman.
Who put this thing together? Me. That's who.
That's right. But yeah, man. Hey, you look at our wide receiver room, it's looking kind of spicy. It's looking kind of spicy. You know, we got Makai Lemon, a yak guy. You know, he's a yak guy. Don Wicks, he's a yak guy. Smitty, he can get busy on the ground. I'm thinking that it might be a quick passing offense and just get the ball into your playmakers' hands so they can go ahead and make plays. You know? So I think Jalen's going to air this hoe out, man. I think Jalen's going to air this hoe out. So listen, if Sean Mannion morphs into Sean McVay the way y'all keep throwing in my face, then I know Jalen is going to do his part. He's going to hold up his end of the bargain because we know his name. He's Jalen Hitman Hurts.
The excellence of execution.
That's right. I just want to hit on a couple things, then I'm going to get you up out of here. You see it, Makai Lemon, 5'11", 192, went to USC. He's 21. He's about to turn 22 soon. I'm going to get back to his 40-yard dash in a second, you know, because we saw his highlights. He's not like a burner, but he has good spatial awareness. He knows how to make people miss. Yeah, he's good after the catch, man. But you see it, he runs a 4.58. But you see his stats from last year. He had 1,156 yards off of 79 catches, and he had 109 targets. So, yeah, man, you're going to have to get used to sharing the rock. You're going to have to share the rock a little bit because, you know, we got to spread this ball around. But he had 11 touchdowns. So, yeah, man, we're going to see what happens. But our wide receiver room is looking spicy. It's looking real spicy. But let's talk about his speed real quick. He's not a burner, but he's not going to get caught from behind, you know. And there's another receiver that ran a 4.5, and that's the third greatest receiver of all time, Mr. Big Chest himself, AB Antonio Brown. Yeah, 4.56. He wasn't a burner, but when he got in the league, he didn't get caught from behind, and he was cooking fools. But you see it, they have a similar stature. We're going to see if we can maximize Makai Lemon, though. Let's just hear what he had to say.
Hey, Makai, apparently you were on the phone with Pittsburgh when the Eagles made the pick. What was that moment like? Did you think you were going to be a Steeler? And what happened from your perspective?
Yeah. First I answered the phone and it was the Steelers, and then my phone kept ringing. I look and it's the Eagles. Obviously traded up, and then they were going to pick me. So I feel like everything happened for a reason. They traded up, so it means a lot that they really want me. So I'm all in, and they gonna get everything that I got.
That's what I'm talking about. We going to get a dog, y'all. We going to get a dog.
On the field, just how they prepare, how they attack the game, how they approach the game. But then, just off the field, how they carry themselves, how to stay in the league, just block out distractions for sure. So I'm glad that I'm coming to a locker room, to learn from those two guys, especially, all the other, vets and other players, in the
That's right. Makai Lemon, it seems like we getting the cream of the crop. He's ready to work. He's ready to help us get another Lombardi, have another parade for the city. The next ring that we get, it's going to be able to fly off your finger, man. We're going to make it into a drone. We're going to be flying into people's faces, just letting them know they can't have this. They'll never get this. That's the next ring, y'all. We're going to make it to a drone. But this wide receiver room, hey, Darius Cooper, man, I think you're better than Elijah Moore, so you're going to have to step up. You're going to have to show up and show out, all right? You have to show up and show out. But I like the wide receiver room. Hollywood Brown, we're going to see if he still got the juice. But ajbrown, he looks like he's up out of here. The last thing I'll say is when we made the trade with Dallas, we gave up our 1 and we threw in those 2 4s. So, we just kind of threw in those 2 4s like it was chump change. I wasn't really curious what we were going to get for AJ Brown. I figured we get the 1, but we might get a couple extra picks behind that. Like we get like a 1 and a 3 and maybe an extra pick. I don't know, maybe a 5, 1, 3, and a 5. That seems to be on the table, And I don't know if we're going to trade with the Patriots. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But AJ Brown, he's definitely up out of here. But I'm definitely interested now to see what we get for AJ Brown, because to give up those 2 4s, I can see if we gave up a 4, maybe like a 6 or something. I don't know. But he threw in those 2 4s like it was nothing. So I think we're going to recoup those one way or another. But that's all I got. Makai Lemon, welcome to the Birds.
This is culturally inappropriate.
That's right. We about to ball out on these fools, man. And Howie, keep doing your thing.